Hey guys, welcome to Skill of the Month. It's a new series that we're starting in 2016, which we introduce a skill each month for the entire year, and then we shoot a little video series teaching you how to get better at that skill, or showing you a progression on how to get better at that skill. So we're going to start the year 2016 with the handstand push-up. The most important thing to remember in the handstand push-up is your hand position. Okay? Where most people go wrong is they want their hands too wide or too narrow or too far back behind their heads. It's very simply equated to the push press with a barbell. T's going to pick the barbell up here. What I want you to notice is her elbow position in relation to her head, right? So she's got a straight line here, and both elbows, if you made a straight line, would go back to the top of her head or the center of her head. She's going to turn sideways, and I'll show you again. Okay, so elbows and hands slightly in front with this triangle or tripod position going back to her head. Good. Set the bar down. The next thing to do is to learn how to get upside down into a good tripod position so that you're maintaining that same position you had with the barbell, but doing it upside down for the bottom of the handstand push-up position. So first things first, she's going to put her hands down. She's using a mat here. It's got a straight line. So it's real easy for her to put her fingers on a reference point. So if you're doing without a mat, you could take a piece of chalk and draw it on the line, or a piece of tape and put it on the floor. But either way, make sure your hands are on the same line in front of you. Then the head goes down to the floor. And she's going to do 2 reps at each one of these positions, just to make sure she's getting some repetition in. And notice she'll do one more here, but I want you to notice how far forward her head is in relation to her hands. Okay? Next, she's going to bring her head to the floor and come up to her toes. What I want you to notice about this is that she's starting to mimic that upside down position with her torso. Okay? And back down, back up, and hold, and down. Next step is to try to get that torso into that upright position and still support some weight. So she's going to get upside down, walk her knees to her triceps or her elbows, and then back down. Okay, and again, come up to the toes, walk the knees in to her elbows, and then back down. Good. Notice that each time she goes to a new position, she's getting more and more vertical as well. Next step, head to the mat, up on her toes. She's going to walk her knees to her triceps, and then with one foot only, raise that heel and back down. Other foot, raise that heel and back down, and then come on down. She's going to do it again. This time, she toes, knees to her triceps. She'll do one foot, the other foot. Now she's going to do both feet. All right? And back down. Good. Okay, guys, this step and this step forward, what I want you to remember is that most of the weight, most of your body weight should be in the palms of your hands. Okay? We don't want to take too much load on the top of the head. Puts a lot of pressure on your cervical spine. Really bad for your neck. Can cause all kinds of different nasty trap injuries that we don't want. Okay, so keep all the weight, or as much of the weight, in your hands as you possibly can. So she's going to get back to the same position. Head on the ground. Knees on her triceps. She's got both feet up in the air, and now she's going to squeeze her belly as tight as she can and try to pick her knees up off of her arms. And then back down. At this point, guys, she's supporting most of her body weight with her hands. Okay? Again, head, knees on her triceps, knees up, and hold. Then back down, slowly, and reset. So guys, this upside down headstand position, okay, is essentially the bottom of your handstand push-up. To take this one step further, she would raise her feet above her head, so she'll get into this supported position, okay? Squeezing super tight, she's going to try to extend her feet overhead and hold. If you can get to this position, 10 to 15 seconds, and then come on back down. Slowly again, controlled, and then one more time. You will be holding yourself in the bottom of a handstand push-up, and you'll have a great understanding of that upside down tripod position. Good. Hope this helps. Next week, step 2 in the handstand push-up.